Hi, hi. Mm, mm, mm. Let's see. Gonna wait until some people come in. Give it a minute. Hmm. Hi, you guys. Hi. I'm just gonna wait and let some people come on in. So let me move on. Mm-hmm. 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 It's got a lag. Okay. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay. Okay. Hi. Hi. Okay. Let me get myself together. How are you? Let me wave back. All right. So I just was waiting for some more people to come on or people to come on. Hi, Nancy. I'm going to show you how to make some lemon curd tonight. I got all the ingredients ready and set to go, but I just want to explain. Welcome to another episode of In the Kitchen with Toni. I am your host, Toni. And like I said, tonight I'm going to make a nice lemon curd. And the purpose of these videos are educational as well as giving you a little bit more about me and not only how I ended up in the cannabis space, because that's the big, cannabis space, but the wellness space as a whole and how I use cannabis infused and non-cannabis infused products and tips and brands to enhance my overall well-being. So I don't stick to one plant only. I use a whole array of plants and fruits and vegetables. And also the purpose is education, right? Because to educate folks out there who are curious not only about their general wellness, but also curious about perhaps incorporating plant medicine, cannabinoids to be more specific into your diet. You're welcome. You're welcome. So I'm going to get started. I have everything pretty much all set out. Let me just tell you may wonder, how did I end up putting this all together? I love to cook. I've always cooked. I've always cooked for my family. It gives me pleasure to cook and watch people eat. And also, as I started to enjoy it more, I started to really think about the beneficial value in food, nutritional value, and things that often are labeled bad are not necessarily that they're bad. They're just bad in large amounts that we may consume them. So although you'll always hear me talk about wellness and promote wellness and live a wellness lifestyle myself, I do incorporate things that many others will consider not healthy, because there's a balance in everything we do in life. So I want to show you these recipes and share this wellness information with you. So when you're at home in your kitchen, you can whip up this wellness in your kitchen. I had a comment last week about the show, and someone said, I like the way you use everyday staple items. Again, that's the goal. Everyone can't go out and just buy top-notch ingredients, right? But I try to use things that are really kind of basic in the kitchen, or you can go down to a little bodega and get. You don't need to go have access to a large chain supermarket or anything like that. So for the lemon curd tonight, this is something that is delicious. You can make it, as you'll see that I'm going to do. Then I'm going to store it in little jars. I save them as nice gifts, and I also use them for my personal use. But you can put them in cupcake fillings, use them as, I use it for a toast spread, like a spread on my toast instead of jelly or jam. I'll either use honey or I'll use a little lemon curd. You can mix it just to add a little sweetener to a bagel even. A lot of different ways you can use it. Like I said, I like to more use it for like a spread for my toast, a nice thin spread, my toast or my bagel. And let's not talk about a little spread on a croissant. Woo, my gosh, it's really good. So, and then there's some benefits in lemons, right? I happen to have an abundance of lemons. So like I mentioned this last show, that you're going to see me do a lot, create a lot with lemons, from things you can consume to potpourris for your home to teas that you can drink. And again, anything that I make has the potential, the option to be infused. When I make this lemon curd tonight, I am infusing it with about 20 milligrams of THC butter. So that's something that I will label out so it doesn't get mixed up and I hand someone a gift and they not know what's in there. But just being mindful of that I also make this leaving that out. Fresh lemon juice from my tree. I have a little tree out back, as you may know, that I pull these off of and save the skin and save the rind and use all of Mother Earth's beauty that she's blessed me with. I try to use all of the lemon. And speaking of that, even the seeds, if you would like some lemon seeds, I have an abundance of lemon seeds. You want to try to grow your own little dwarf Meyer tree. All you need to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this live, and then I'll inbox you for your address and I will send you your lemon seeds. When they're gone, they're gone. So if you want them, please do that. So to start off, I'm going to get my pot here on the burner. And I'm going to begin to mix my eggs. I got 4 egg yolks in here. I left a little white. You can leave a little white, but I put 4 egg yolks in here. The recipes usually just to use the yolk. I strain these and everything, and I really didn't want to be that particular about it. Along with the egg yolks, I'm going to put a 1/3 cup of sugar. So this may make people frown, but this is what I said. I do use sugars, but I don't use them in abundance. I will use an agave. I'll use a honey. I use it all because that's real life, right? I find this way I don't deprive myself and then overdo it when I want something. Before I begin to whisk this together, I do want to get my fresh lemon juice, which is about a 1/3 cup, on the burner, get that going. And in there, I'm going to toss in about a tablespoon of lemon zest. I zested these lemons. That video is on my YouTube channel to show you how to zest and juice your lemons and store if you're looking for that. So while that is warming up, I have it set at a nice medium temperature. I'm just going to begin to whisk together the egg yolk and oh, look at that. That looks so good. The egg yolk and the sugar. That's a nice, beautiful, yolky, orangey color. And so what I'm looking for this consistency is to get a little thickened, but more so I'm waiting for my, when the lemon juice and lemon rind get to a nice little warm temperature, I'm going to take that and pour it into the yolk mixture. I love a good whisk. So, often people ask me, how did I end up in this cannabis space? Well, I told you I always enjoyed cooking, right? But in the cannabis space, as I talked about last week, I really found and find great relief for my topical eczema, dermatitis. And I've had very severe eczema my entire youth. And it honestly wasn't until I got into my adulthood, and again, like I mentioned, started consuming cannabis regularly, that I noticed that my eczema responded. And now that I have, thankfully, the opportunities, I'm blessed to be able to purchase and grow and make my own products, my skin is loving it. So there was a time though, and I mentioned this briefly, when I didn't take cannabis as medicine. I took it as pure, let's get high. And then I remember a trip I went on. I was dating this guy, and we used to hang out with this couple. And we rented this home up in Lake George. Oh my God, it was so freaking beautiful. And we all consumed cannabis. We all smoked. And we were high energy partiers back then, right? But we would do these really cool things. So we got this house on the lake, and without even a conversation about it, we were there for, I believe, 3 nights. Each morning, and it just happened to naturally rotate out this way. One person would get up and start cooking. Another person would get up, head out to the porch, this beautiful porch that overlooked the lake. And the other 2 would just be sleeping. And there was no particular order. It wasn't like couples or non-couples. Whoever just woke up, the universe just knew what we needed, let me say that. And the person that always went outside had a nice big fat one with them. We each did. Or we had a couple rolls, and you would come back and put it down. And then the next person, it would rotate, and we'd each have our moment out there on the lake. And I remember for me in that moment particularly, it was the realization, just that calm and that peace and that morning high, that I really started taking in what was really happening. Not only was I mentally at peace, but our whole home, this cabin that we rented, we all were on the same chilled wave, and being by the water and having the plant medicine on hand, my skin was just glistening and happy and healthy. And it was right then when I said to myself, yeah, that's some good medicine, right? And I keep trying to think of ways to get that message out there without intimidating people that are really riddled with the stigma, and sometimes not even turning off people because all they see is smoke. You smoke, they smell. The cannabis smell is so beautiful to me when you're smoking, and it's so evil to others, or it's so a turn off to others, and I'm very aware of that. So that's why I like to do things and teach you in ways of consuming the plant that don't require you to smoke, or even touch the plant in a whole if that's something you don't want to do. Edibles are a great way, especially in your diet. And then for your skin, there's lots of products out there now, or like myself, you can make your own. Easy, and I'll show you that down the road. You're probably saying, yeah, I can make my own, but it really is easy. And you don't need THC in your products. I honestly prefer, let me just back up for a moment. I prefer for my body wellness, a CBD or a one-on-one. For pain, topical pain relief, I do prefer to have a THC in there, because for me, it just alleviates the pain a little. More immediate, so I don't want to say better or worse, but more immediate versus for me with the CBD, straight CBD, it's a gradual release of pain, okay? So I'm going to take this lemon juice and lemon curd and pour it right into my egg and sugar mixture. I turn this down a little bit. We do need to go back up on the burner, but not until I get this nice and whisked up. So if I wasn't talking, we would be done by now, but I really want you guys to understand and really hope give you a different way to look at the plant and a different way to look at your wellness, right? And again, not only the cannabis plant. Let's take that out. But a different way to look at your wellness of creating stuff in your home where you know all the ingredients that have gone in, you've measured and balanced out to your desired amount. And also there's just something for me mentally satisfying about cooking. It just brings me joy, joy, joy. So I'm gonna whisk this up some. Woo, I gotta do some wrist whisk. So yeah, sitting up there on that porch and really realizing I was one with Mother Earth, and the universe in that moment told me, you've got to find a way. This is oh my God, we're going back very late 90s, early 2000, very late 90s. I had to think about life, but very late 90s. But it was really then that set me on a, I didn't know where, how, and when, and I'd be standing here sharing this with you all, but I knew right then and there I needed to continue to heal myself. Like I said, I've never taken a steroid or anything like that for my skin since then. I consume cannabinoids either by ingestion or topical. So, or no, yeah, for ingestion. So, oh, this is going to come out so good. So again, if you're just joining in here, I have a third cup of sugar and 4 egg yolks, and I mixed in a third cup of lemon juice and a tablespoon of lemon rind that I actually did the rind on myself. I wonder if there's a blender or whisker. I mean, I know I said I like to whisk, but let me give it some wrist action. So let's talk about eggs too, because at a point I was one of those people who stopped eating eggs because I got caught up in what everybody else was saying about them. But then they're a great source of protein, right? The yolk and the whites. And you can have them hard boiled, scrambled, easy over. You don't need to have them every day of the week. That's where you want to create some balance in here. I was reading the top wellness trends for 2024. Sleep hygiene, nutrition, and mobility. It's all in balance. If you think about, when you think about that, sleep hygiene, that's really the base and the foundation of all that. How are you sleeping? How are you setting yourself up for sleep at night? All right, you guys. So now that I've whisked that, I want you to see the difference. Remember it was that orangey color? Okay, now it's got a little lemon color to that. Now I'm going to put this in the pan. Oops. I'm going to turn that up to medium heat. And so here I'm going to add my butter. This is like 6 tablespoons. Listen, let me tell you, I measure things out, but I'm not that cook. I love to cook and everything, but exact measurements get, I don't have the toppings for that. So there's a half a stick, and then I have, like I said, the can of butter in there, and I'll show you what that looks like here. They're just 10 milligram patties that I have here. So I'm going to put that. Wolfgang Puck would probably have a fit if he saw how I measured things out. Patty LaBelle would say, no, honey, where are your measuring cups? Patty, if you have some measuring cups, send them to me. You know, Patty? All right, you guys. So now with this up a little bit, I'm going to just begin to stir this until it gets a little thickened. That should be about 5 minutes. So we're not whisking anymore. Notice I changed to my wooden spoon. Okay. I feel like my spoon might be a little too big for my pot. So yeah, the latest wellness trends for 2024. One, I'm going to dive into all of these with you guys because one of the things that is really underrated, I think, right now is basic mobility. And I can say this for myself as being a yoga teacher for well over a decade, right? And a practitioner of yoga. I became so initially focused on the look of the pose and what I was doing, and I'm super flexible. So that caused for my ego to get carried away on poses that I could do with ease, but really not paying attention to I was lacking strength. And so as the body gets older, even if you're flexible, one of the things you need to be very mindful of is that you're at a higher risk to create an injury. And ain't nobody got time for that. Okay? Not over 50. Not over 20, but definitely not over 50. And nobody got time for that. So you got to move a little different, and you got to navigate your wellness regimen. It's always needs to be revisited. If you were doing squats 3 times a week 10 years ago, hopefully you've changed, because the body changed. The body changes. Sometimes it takes the ego a little while to catch up, because as humans, sometimes the aging process is something that we often consciously and unconsciously deny, right? So it's being mindful that it doesn't mean you stop. It's not one extreme or the next. It is more of, okay, I can't do a handstand anymore. What can I do instead that really complements and feeds my body? It's honoring what my body is asking for. So I'm on this particular journey myself. I'm a big cyclist. I used to be very big outdoor cyclist, and I do have a Peloton bike, but I'll tell you guys, I don't use it as much as I did. And it really is because I overdid it. And I injured my hamstring more than once, and I got a little turned off by it. So I did more yoga, right? Instead of really slowing down, I fed myself the belief, just increase your yoga, more. And I did that, and it's great, right? But I don't feel as grounded and as connected with it as I know I should, as a student and as a teacher. So what I'm doing now, and I said I need to find something to get me back on the flow. What's my mobility regimen for this year? What do I want to share with you guys? One of the things that's really important, and I've been consistent about this, is lifting light weights. That's a no-brainer, and I was anti-weights for a long time. This guy is getting a little bit thicker. I was a little scared to turn it up, and even now I can smell like maybe I'm not stirring. Oh, I'm stirring it. I thought I was burning the sugar, but the burner's right there. So you just stir this, and it is getting thicker. I will show you guys when it get a little bit thicker. But lifting light weights, I always thought, oh, I do yoga. I don't need to lift weights. I get all my weights from the yoga. Wrong. I needed to lift weights, and I need to lift very light weights regularly. We all do. So I'm going to show you some little routines like that, and have longer versions on my YouTube channel. The Instagram and the TikTok posts, they're just quick tidbits. And if you want the full class slowed down, or this full sequence slowed down, that's why I'll have those on my YouTube channel. Really just having you have a one-stop shop for wellness when you're looking for things to help you sleep better, help you improve or your diet, or help you with just everyday mobility and aches and pains that sometimes we can let get the best of us, because they become just that, an ache and a pain, and we begin to coddle it and baby it, and before you know it, that arm that you probably could have lifted up if you'd done some daily mobility, now you can't lift it at all because it's gotten that stiff. The mind has connected that we can't move, so it can't move. It's mind food. It all goes back to mindfulness too, right? And I say this as I stand here and talk to you because it's me as well. I'm not standing here recovering from a hip injury because I was being mindful at some point. Human, own it, but know better, do better. And slow down. It's never too late to stop and reevaluate and take a different direction. And not only is that true in your health and well-being, but it's also true in your professional and personal endeavors. And that just struck me because that's real. So this is starting to boil up and get a little thicker. I don't know if you guys are saying anything, if I have any if you have any questions, but it's just me, so I can't answer the questions. As you continue to watch my channel and support me and share out with your friends, hopefully I can get a moderator up here and we can answer some of your questions along the way. But right now, it's me and you. And speaking of that, if you like, comment, and share this video, direct your folks to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, but please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's really the channel I want to grow, bringing you guys some more content and getting maybe the people from Myers Lemon send me some lemons for them. You know, really just promoting easy peasy ways on how you can create wellness in your kitchen. And if you go back and look at my other lemon videos, you'll see why I talked about the terpenes in the lemons and also the vitamin C in the lemons, and the benefits on our gut and our skin, aging skin. You know, great vitamin C is great for healthy skin, helping with elasticity, right? Our immune system. Okay, I think we're almost there, you guys. Hold on with me. So I've been a cannabis consumer since the late 90s, and I've been cooking with cannabis for the past 3 years now, 2.5 years, going on 3 years. I've been cooking forever and a day. And when I talk about your pivoting in your health and pivoting in your well-being, you know, pivots, I honestly, pivots to me are your truth, are your destination. They happen for a reason. The obstacles aren't thrown in your way just to annoy you. I always find after the fact, but I always find that the pivots were exactly what was needed to get me to the next space, to get you to the next space. And that's in whatever it is, in work and love and play and career and entrepreneurship, whatever. If you're working towards something from your heart and your truth, embrace the pivots. 2022 and 2023 taught me how to embrace the pivots, not only how to embrace the pivots, but the point of the pivots, why the pivots were there. And once I got that, I was able to say, okay. So now when I'm not in the midst of a pivot, pivot, I'm going to honor this time just as much as I honored or as I dwelled on the need to pivot in the first place, right? So what I'm saying is take it all in life, not even in stride, take it all in life. And really, when you find yourself getting a little overwhelmed or upset because something went left that should have been straight, not today. Take a breath, let it go away. That's people, places, things, opportunities. Keep going. I didn't think I'd be standing here cooking up lemon curd for you guys, but here I am talking about the wellness in your kitchen, talking about trying to find a different way to really educate you about plant medicine. I'm going to start slow. I start with CBD and THC because that's where we are, but I want to have conversations around mushrooms and psychedelics down the road. I'll go easy with you guys, but these are things that you can't turn a deaf ear or a blind eye to. You just can't. It's the way of the world. It's health and wellness in the most natural form possible. And me and y'all, we're going to get through this, and you're going to get educated. You're going to get healthier, live a long, healthy life. Not just a long life, but a long, healthy life. All right. So, oh my goodness, look at that, you guys. All right. It's not all the way done yet. And I'm going to let this, it said, it could be done, but I think I'm going to give it a couple more stirs. And I do want to tell you a couple things. If you're following this recipe with the lemon zest, something I didn't do, but I would recommend to you, is you can fruit process out the sugar and the lemon zest, because some people don't like if you get the little zest of the lemon, which in this one you will. because I did not food process out the zest because I don't mind it. I actually like it. So, oh, I was supposed to add a little salt. I forgot all about my salt. And salt and sugar, you know the complement there. So there's nothing wrong with adding that a little later. All right, you guys, I wish I could see your questions and then I can have more of a conversation with you. I am definitely going to keep stirring this up because I just want it a little thicker. And then after it's ready, I'm going to put it in these little jars and store them that way. Again, if you would like lemon seeds, you'll just need to like and subscribe to my YouTube page. And then I will send you an email or a text or a DM. You let me know how you want to be reached, or you could just send me your address where you'd like the seeds to be sent, and you can work on growing your own Meyer lemon tree. The infused butter, there's a video on my YouTube about that already if you're interested in learning how to make your own infused butter. And the one on my YouTube channel, I will say that I use the machine to infuse, but this butter here, I use this pot and I just mix my butter in with my shake, and I just let it simmer down for a few hours. That was after I put the flour in the oven for a little bit, just to get it activated. And then I put it right on my pot here and let it simmer down. And after about, I think it was 3.5, 4 hours, I did that. And after that, I strained it and put it in these little cubes. So you can see it there. I will say it's not as clean as when I use my Levo machine, but I'm upgrading that machine. So I got rid of the other one already. So yeah, this is enough. I'm going to take it off this heat and let it just cool down right here quickly. All right. I don't think it likes it right there. I'm going to put this on the surface. It's heat friendly. Okay. All right, you guys. So let me come up and see if there was any questions before I go. Okay. I have. Okay. 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 I know, right? I got to up my kitchen stuff again. That's funny. The handheld. All right, you guys. Well, I got a couple cameras going on here, so I want to say bye to everyone. And thank you for joining in the kitchen with Toni. This is my second episode. I'll be back with another one. I believe I'm not going to tell you what we're going to do next time, but really, please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this video with your audience. Bye. Uber says bye.